What's up, everybody? I'm Keegan, and welcome back to this week's episode of FiReview. We have Kevin back from Wonder Vapor Review joining us, and today we'll be talking about some of Eminem's best lines, followed by our selection of what we think are the most fire album names. So first, before we get started, I just want to mention Lil Wayne's new album, Funeral, absolute fire. The coolest thing about that album, and probably a lot of y'all know this, but like if you didn't, the album actually, the name Funeral, if you flip it upside down, it says Lil Wayne.
Mahogany dash slime, I do the dash slime, sip the coke on the glass slime. She's not a flat line, good times, no hard times. Oh, it's that time. We at war, I check my chapeau for the exact time.
Yeah, so it was pretty sick. A few of my favorite songs off of that one, Mahogany, that was like probably my favorite. I Don't Sleep featuring Takeoff, Know You Know featuring 2 Chainz, and Ball Hard featuring Lil Twist. Okay, so Eminem, man, what a guy. So released the album, and then he shows up at the Oscars, dude. Like,
he rises at the Oscars, out of the ground, the whole orchestra as well, out of the stadium.
I just couldn't help but think about like how many people in the audience were just like amazed. You know what I'm saying? Like all these famous people that like we look at and think like, wow, like all these celebrities, all these famous people, like they're looking at Eminem going, wow, like they're all like vibing with him.
Exactly.
So it was really cool to see that. But Lose Yourself, and he won an Oscar for that 20 years ago, so
yeah.
It's kind of cool because like now he's performing it at the Oscars.
Because if you know about Eminem, and you know the story about the Oscars and Eminem, you know that when he won the award, he was at home with his daughter.
Right.
And he wasn't even watching the thing. So now it's like 20 years later, he gets to, do what he was supposed to do.
Right.
And he surprised everyone.
Right. He's just surprising everybody, man.
And
it's great.
If you looked at if you watched the reactions of all the people, like you see everyone just kind of like getting into it,
right.
And like having fun.
Billie Eilish,
Billie Eilish.
Some people were funny with their reactions. She was just like I have to pretend like I don't like it.
I watched the video, I watched it the first time, and then it didn't look like she stood up. And then I was kind of like, damn, you're not going to give him a standing ovation,
right?
It's
like, come on,
this is the rap guy.
This is the GOAT. This is the rap guy.
Yeah, this is the rap guy. You're supposed to stand.
Yeah.
But then I watched it again, and she stood. It's only that she's short, and everyone else is taller than her, so it didn't look like she was standing. But it was also kind of cool to see what's his face, the old guy. A director or something.
Oh yeah,
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, Scorsese. Yeah,
he was sitting there. He looked like he was either really enjoying it, or he was just really hating it. Because his face looked as if it was that of a older person who is kind of listening to old time music, and they're like. So it's lose yourself in the music. He's he's
vibing with it.
Maybe he was vibing with it, or maybe he was just hating on it. But hey,
either way, he was fucking with it.
He was with it, man. He was fucking with it.
Dude, but that gets so dope though. All these famous people, everybody, man, they're all looking at Eminem. And
so
damn,
what's her face?
It's so crazy.
Wonder Woman, Gail Gadot or Gadot or whatever. She was doing a little thing. She was moving around. It was kind of funny to see everyone kind of
everybody. Like I said before, man, everybody there has to respect him. They might like him, they might hate him, but everybody respects him.
For someone to keep going for as long as he has, to keep having consistent success.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to do it, especially in such a ever evolving and changing industry.
Right.
The music industry.
Yeah, you know how much it's changed since he started in 99, 2000 to now? He's managed to keep this up and been really successful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's still setting records, so it's it's crazy.
Topping charts and
setting
records, snapping necks and catching checks, dude.
Big facts. And then that's the thing, whether you like him or hate him as an artist, you have to respect it.
Exactly.
It's insane, man.
And then it also goes back to his lyrics as well. Everyone's always talking about his lyrics.
We all know he's a lyrical genius.
He is.
You know what I'm saying?
The best. Music to be murdered by, I feel is just a culmination of just his whole career.
Yeah.
It's all of his skills he just
that's a very good way to put it.
Like let him fly.
Yeah.
On music to be murdered by.
That's very true. That's a very good way to put it. And he, merged kind of like old flow with like new music too.
Like he encompassed
like
all
everything.
All the boys with him too. You know what I mean? Like he brought like the Slaughterhouse people.
Yeah, dude.
He brought all the boys.
That's one of the things I love most about that album. It's like that OG flow. That we're used to, and then it's like with the new beats, you know what I'm saying? Like new producers, like Dia got the dope, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like a modern producer, and we're seeing that with Eminem and Godzilla. Lyrics in that are crazy. And some of my favorites were when he said, "Because I make bands and I call getting cheese a cakewalk."
There's just something
about it, like the way he flips like tease cake, tease a cakewalk. Like I don't know, that's pretty sick. Lyrics never so well, so they want to give me the chair,
right?
Like
Christian
Rivera. Like that whole
Christian Rivera.
Yeah, the original Christian Ramirez, Richard Rivera, my lyrics never said, so they want to give me the chair, like a paraplegic, scared to Terry Carey, call it my fucking dictionary. Like, that flow was insane. But yeah, that was a sick ass line.
Yeah, because like Slim Shady is like the serial killer.
Yeah.
Not in material under you know what I mean? Like, with the chainsaw, with like the mask off, you know what I mean? Like, cutting you and like hanging you by your fucking bed. Yeah. He's always been like killing people.
Right.
And he's always been like comparing himself to like serial killers.
Right.
So it's kind of funny to like, he's like does it again.
Yeah.
Like, like the original Richard Ramirez, Christian Rivera, my lyrics never
so they want to give me the chair, like a paraplegic.
And what's funny too, if you actually go back into history, Richard Ramirez and I think Christian Rivera were the first two serial killers to actually get the chair.
So it's the way he tied that all together was incredible.
And that is just another that's just another thing about Eminem.
Yeah,
he's like
his ability to do that.
He's actually a very smart person.
Yeah.
When you're like making when you're writing your raps like that, and you're actually like bringing up like stuff like that. Because you have all these like rappers nowadays, just rap about the same generic
shit,
topics,
right? And this is like intelligent, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a smart guy, you know what I'm saying? Like and Marsh too. Like that's another great fucking song. That's such a great song. One of the first things he said was like, this ABC said was starting to sound like Alphabet.
Yeah.
But that's actually a reference
from like
to
the Sesame Street character.
Yeah, it was from the movie
Alf.
So like the way he tied like Out of This World, the ABC, and then like Alphabet,
right,
like
they're all aliens. Like he's like an alien because he's not from this planet,
right?
Man.
Yeah, he's like, how many times am I gonna tell you guys? I'm not like He's like, I'm super. What do I gotta do to get it through to you? I'm superhuman. You know what I'm saying? Like now he's out of this world. Like he keeps telling us. Like when he's like, spoil a carton of milk because it just occurred.
Right.
Like it just occurred. My bitches cheat me. I'm gonna kick her ass to the curb.
Right.
Like a curd and then like occurred. Like
and it's the other too. This stuff isn't like it's not like super like deep thinking. It's so
obvious.
It's so obvious that it's kind of like when you see like a paperclip and you see how a paperclip's made, you're like, oh, I could have done that.
Right. Exactly.
But you didn't.
You don't. Yeah. It's like you already did it.
You didn't see it that way.
Right. It's so crazy because he has that insane ability to do that. Like take something so obvious and just like put it into words like that, and you're just like, oh damn, like it's so simple, but like shit, he did it.
Exactly.
That's one of the greatest things I love about Eminem. Like that's why I love his music.
And then the part where in March as well, where he's talking about Cardi B, where he's like, Ho thinks her snatch is magical.
Yeah, like that whole section, that was crazy. That was a crazy flow. That was my favorite flow in the entire song. But now they call me Butterfingers because I just keep dropping shit. He's throwing that way back. Way Infinite. Back. In his original album, Infinite, the song Tonight, he's like, Butterfingers is there when it's necessary to scratch it. And then it's like, you see this album, you used to be murdered by it, now they call me Butterfingers because I just keep dropping shit. Yeah. Like, he threw back his own album, like, to way back, original, so that was pretty sick.
100%. That's probably, like, my favorite song on, like, the album as well.
Yeah, that was a great song.
And what's cool also about Marsh is that when you're listening to it, it sounds like he's saying, my name is Martian, but it's actually, he's saying, my name is Marsh and I'm out this world. But it's like, my name's Martian. Right. The way he says it, he's like, hi, my name is Martian, like, I'm out this world, like,
it's crazy because it sounds like Martian, but it's Marsh and
It's like it's simple stuff like that is just like
it's like
wow.
Another one of my favorite songs is "Unaccommodating." That's a great song. The whole Osama bin Laden lately,
because you're Laden,
right? Bin Laden lately, like that was so clever. Then Doctors Operating never took the scrubs off from Snoop Kid out to Shady.
Yeah, because doctors, they're wearing their scrubs and stuff like that. But.
Right, and he was with Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, and Shady. And then probably one of my favorite lines in that is when it says, "Go against me, you'll die." That's why I call it kamikaze, plain suicide.
Yeah,
that's so fire because it's like plain suicide, and kamikaze,
and also kamikaze. The whole album was just he was just coming at everyone.
Yeah, he was taking shots. He was lighting it up.
He was putting everyone down.
I feel like he's going to just have album of the year. I feel like nobody else can be able to achieve that. You know what I'm saying? Even if they have a really good album, I don't think I'm going to be able to say, yeah, this is better than Eminem. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he set the bar at the beginning of the year. It was all right, guys, don't go below it again. You know what I'm saying? This is the bar right now. I expect, if you don't have anything that compares to that, trash.
Right.
People now, the bar's been set for 2020.
Exactly. And that's why, the Lil Wayne album, it was so good.
Right.
Because it's you're when you're competing with in the ring with someone. I mean, they're not in the same ring.
Right, but
when they're in the same.
Because they released that album
area.
a week of each other. It was very close, or the next couple days. So if you're gonna be dropping something like that right after Eminem, better be pretty fire.
Yeah, Lil Wayne is a very he's been in the game as long as Eminem. You know what I mean? They were I think Lil Wayne was considered one time better than Eminem.
Yeah, I think he was. They're both OGs.
Yeah, they're both very they're both and they've also done songs together.
Right.
I think two songs together.
Yeah.
So they. Worlds collide.
Yeah, and everybody. One of the funniest things I saw was Eminem released music from me right away, and Lil Wayne hosted the funeral.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It was almost that's how.
You think about it like that. You put them together like that. It's kind of funny.
It's that's the bar. That's where the bar is set, people. 2020, Eminem, Lil Wayne, everybody else. It's all right, try to catch up.
Yeah,
better add up that. Yeah, and then the last song I wanted to talk about was "Old Time Steak."
Oh my god! So that song. I just wanted to say something real quick. If you guys don't like Relapse, you guys are on something. Because, people always hating on Relapse. Oh, wasn't that good? Wasn't that good? Wasn't that good? But it has some dope ass
fire. It was some of Shady's raw shit.
Old Time's Sake is so good.
That's a dope song.
And some of these lines as well. We can smoke till there's no more lighter fluid to do it. Let's get into it. You're smoking with the triest and truest. You know what I mean? Because that's what they are, man. You smoke the kind of stuff to make the records go number one. That is it's so true because you ever think about it, Dr. Dre is the guy you would go to see if you weren't doing too high,
right? It's
all right. It's yo, you go get an appointment with the doctor.
Yeah, think about the smoking kind of stuff to make the records go number one. It's funny because his first album was The Chronic. To have your debut album be The Chronic, he's it went number one. That's the shit I'm smoking.
Exactly. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's fire, there's flames. Where there's flame, there's chronic. Whether you high or you ain't. It's such a cool little rap, and it's some real. It's kind of like an OG kind of rap way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way that Biggie and rap,
right?
How they would rap about smoking weed and doing all that stuff,
right?
Being just
just OG, just being OG,
being a G. You know?
The other thing was the best album names. So one of the things I was thinking about the other night was how great the name Kendrick Lamar's album "Damn" was. You know what I'm saying? Because I sat back and I was listening to it, and I was just heard the beat, and I was damn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was oh damn, that's why he named it that. Lust, you know what I'm saying? That beat's crazy on that track. And I was just sitting back, and I heard that, I was damn, that's some crazy shit. And I went, oh,
literally go, damn.
Yeah.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know what about the name of this album, it just resonated so much with me.
Yeah.
I think it was the fact that it had the way the album was constructed.
Yeah.
It was because I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me right, that that the phone calls at the end of each song, it's supposed to take place like over like the course of like a night.
So of course, Kamikaze, like
Yeah.
that's a great album name because it was just like that's what it was. Like that was before any of the serious rap shit started happening. You know what I'm saying? Like the game was kind of bullshitting around, and then Eminem just bam, like dropped that Kamikaze right into the rap game. We came out with like Royce the 5'9", all these people were blowing up, and he was just like, all right, y'all, put a stop to this shit. I'm gonna take everybody out of the game right now.
Yeah.
And he goes, and I'm setting the bar.
Like a real kamikaze.
Yeah, it was like an actual like fucking thing. Like that's why that's great.
Yeah, exactly. The game was like BSing around.
Yeah, we're just fucking around, bullshitting, you know, doing drugs, mumble rapping, sipping lean,
mumble rap.
He's just took everybody out, like leveled the ground, and then he's like set the bar again.
Exactly. Came in, leveled it out.
Yeah.
He's
like, this is where it should be.
He's like, let's put the bar back up to the top.
Talked about this a little bit earlier, but Funeral, I mean, I just can't get over how cool that is, like with the writing.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. You told me.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, you flipped the thing around, and I pulled it up, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, like it says Lil Wayne, like, that's such a mind trip to look at. Thanks for joining us for this week's episode, guys. Definitely had a lot of cool stuff to talk about. Let us know what you guys thought, as well as any topics you want to see discussed in the future.
Also, if you want to go check out video that Keegan was just in on my channel, Wonder Vape Review.
I just did a review with Kevin on his channel, so if you guys check that out, I will link it below. So definitely take a look at that. I'll be featured in one of your videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and keep listening, keep it real, and keep it unbelievably fire.